New York City mayor wants $35 million for Donald Trump security. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio has put a price tag on the cost of providing security for President-elect Donald Trump in his Manhattan offices, almost $US $500,000, $668,000 a day. Pro- and anti-Donald Trump protesters were penned feet from each other 1 block from Trump Tower in Manhattan on Sunday, November 20. The two groups waved flags and yelled at each other as NYPD officers stood between them. Local news outlet Gothamist reported there were several protests taking place in the vicinity of Trump Tower on Sunday, including a group of semi-nude protesters that had marched from Union Square. Credit: Instagram MSUCHE 2000 via Storyful. Mr. de Blasio announced Monday that he has requested $35 million, $46.8 million, in reimbursement from the federal government to cover the 75 days from election through to the inauguration on January 20. The mayor confirmed he and City Council Speaker Melissa Mark Viverito co-signed a pair of letters to President Obama outlining the extensive costs involved in beefing up security around Trump Tower, which would formally initiate the process. Last month was the first time we had NYPD taking such a crucial role and huge role in providing security around Trump Tower, Mr. de Blasio said. We are going to be continuing very aggressively in the course of the next few days calls and meetings with members of the Obama administration and members of the Congress to nail down the reimbursements, he added. This is the time now to really lean into nailing down the reimbursement. It was initially reported that protecting Mr. Trump and his family was costing New York City more than $1 million a day, but the new figure from Mr. de Blasio reflects updated budgeting, CNN reports. Mr. de Blasio has repeatedly said he expects the city to be paid back for the unprecedented costs of providing security for the incoming first family while they reside in Trump Tower, on one of the city's most heavily trafficked blocks in the heart of Midtown Manhattan. This is a very substantial undertaking. It will take substantial resources, he said last month after Mr. Trump's election win. We are particularly concerned about overtime costs, and we think it's a very valid situation to turn to the federal government for the maximum possible reimbursement for these costs. Leaders on the New York City Council had previously started a petition calling on President-elect Trump to commit federal funds to covering the costs. The mayor also said he spoke with Steven Mnuchin, Mr. Trump's choice for Treasury Secretary, about the $35 million request, who fully understood that there was a real important discussion to be had on how we deal with reimbursement issues going forward. Following Mr. Trump's stunning election victory in the early hours of the morning on November 9, armed police officers have heavily guarded Trump Tower on 5th Avenue between 56th and 57th Streets. Popular businesses, including restaurants and retail stores surrounding the president-elect's headquarters, continue to suffer in the lead-up to Christmas, with officers armed with assault weapons, rallies and protesters, concrete barricades outside the skyscraper and traffic lanes blocked off. NYPD Commissioner James O'Neill said they are still working with the Secret Service to develop a post-inaugural security plan for future First Lady Melania Trump, who will remain in NYC while the couple's son Barron finishes up the school year.